What would you do if you received this as a gift? Once there was a girl named Lucy who received a strange gift from someone unknown. She was so excited, so she opened the package quickly, but she could have never expected what was inside the box. She pulled out a doll, but it wasn't just a regular doll. It was bald, covered in cracks, and something was wrong with his teeth. They looked pointy and beastly, almost like they were made from real animal teeth. She told her mom she needed to throw it out, but her mom told her to be grateful, so Lucy put the doll in a cupboard under the stairs so she wouldn't have to look at it. But at night, something terrifying happened. Right before she was about to fall asleep, she heard a small voice say, "Lucy, I'm on the first step." In the morning, she told her mom, who dismissed it and said that she was just having a nightmare, so Lucy went to school as normal and tried to ignore it as much as possible. But the next night she heard the same voice again. "Lucy, I'm on the fourth step." She kept telling herself it was just a dream, until the same voice returned a third time, but this time louder and closer. "Lucy, I'm on the top step." The next morning her parents found that in the middle of the night, Lucy must have tried to go downstairs to go to the bathroom and fell and broke her neck. During the funeral, her toys, including that doll, was buried with her. Her mother said Lucy loved her dolls. Now they can be together forever.
So in 5th grade, my sister was dating this guy named Isaiah. And I know 5th grade is really young, but they actually ended up dating for like 5 months. Anyway, so Valentine's rolls around and my sister gets Isaiah this beautiful box of chocolate. And it was a low-key bougie kind of chocolate. You know, that chocolate that tastes really good. So she gets to school and Isaiah got her some chocolate too. So she was like, okay. So she's really happy about it. And then she goes to eat it and realizes that it tastes like shit. And her being in 5th grade, she was really offended by this. Like, wow, you really got me some shitty chocolate. So at recess, she was crying and crying and crying, and she was really upset about it. So anyway, she gets on the bus and I sit next to her and she's just crying about it. She's like, I don't know what to do. Like, this is so rude. And I was like, it'll be okay. Like, he's a bad boyfriend, this and that. So we get to our bus stop and we're getting off the bus and my sister collapses on the floor and starts screaming and crying. And my bus driver looks at her and goes, "What is wrong with you?" And I go with my 5th grade lisp, "Boy problems." I finally updated my TikTok app, so now I could post a longer story time. So I'm going to talk about something that happened a couple days ago, because I'm not even going to lie, I'm kind of scared. So basically, I had my Snapchat set to everybody could Snapchat me, even people that like I didn't have added back. In hindsight, I should never have had it set to that. So anyway, I get a Snapchat from a random person and he's like, "Send me your Snapchat and phone number so I could send you money," with a smiley face. And I get DMs all the time on Instagram of people that just want to send me money on Cash App. So I was like, all right. I mean, what's the worst that could happen for me just sending, you know, my Cash App and phone number? Not a big deal, you know? That's what I thought. Don't ever think like that, because you will get caught up in something like I did. And I know I did this to myself, so I don't need to hear it in the comments like I was the dumb person in this equation. But anyway, he answers and sends me a screenshot of him sending me $1,600 on Cash App, but it said pending. So at first I was like, oh, bet, like.
Am I the asshole for leaving a family gathering and insisting my mother-in-law apologize over M&Ms? My wife, 34 female, and I, 31 female, have 2 wonderful children together, 4-year-old twins. They were conceived with my wife's eggs and a known sperm donor, and I carried/birthed them. Both kids ended up being practical clones of my wife, so it's pretty clear to everyone who contributed to the genetic material. My in-laws had everyone together at their house earlier this month. My kids were outside playing with their cousins, and my sister-in-law and mother-in-law and I were chatting in the kitchen. At one point, my two run inside from playing and ask if they could have some M&Ms that they see on the counter. I tell them, no, we'll be eating in 15 minutes. You can have them after dinner. A little bit later, my sister-in-law and I get the call that food is ready, so we go outside and I see my kids each have a little cup full of M&Ms that they are eating. I told my kids that they knew they were not supposed to be eating those and took away the cups. My mother-in-law comes over and says that she gave them the M&Ms and that they can have them. To which I replied, no, they can't. It's dinner time. You were there when I told them no. Mother-in-law says again that they can have some chocolate, it's fine, and tries to take the cups out of.
Am I the asshole for getting mad about my mom marrying my fiance's dad?
What?
I, 24 female, and my fiance, 24 male, have been together since our sophomore year of college, so around 5 years now. For context, my mom had an affair with a coworker when I was 16, leading to my parents' divorce. She has been single ever since. Sadly, my fiance's mom passed 2 years ago due to cancer, and his dad has been single since. My fiance proposed last year, but our wedding was delayed due to COVID. 3 months ago, in January 2021, we decided it was time to have our families meet for the first time to discuss our upcoming wedding. This went well. This morning, out of the blue, my mom called me and announced that she had eloped. I was shocked as she had not been dating anyone to my knowledge. Upon questioning, it turns out that she and my fiance's dad had been dating in secret since that meeting in January and had married in secret yesterday, making my fiance my stepbrother. Like a fucking saint, she allowed me to still see our kids who mean the world to me, allowed our divorce to be as pain-free as possible. She was actually the first person I phoned after my mom and pops, after I found out I won the lottery. She was pleased for me, joked that I could take the kids on a world-round trip, and that was that, nothing else. As soon as I won, I knew I wanted to give her a significant amount, and I feel like this is some small, tiny way I can show her that I'm not a complete fuck-up. She deserves to know that I care despite my mistakes. She also works a shitty job in the public library, which pays her peanuts. She would actually be able to pursue her hobbies this way, give our kids a better life between us. I haven't discussed this with my ex yet, but long story short, when I told my girlfriend, she was livid, screaming that I'm disrespecting her, accusing me of still being in love with my ex. My girlfriend is threatening to break up with me, and to be honest, I'm feeling incredibly relieved over the threats. I don't plan on changing my plans, but am I the asshole?